airport. So a little impromptu piece of vlogging here. It's let's say organised chaos, shall we? There's an awful lot of people coming here. An awful lot of people. Well, I'm still here. Of course, you don't know what the time is, but the flight was due to get in at 12:10, and it's way past 1:30 now, and no one seems to know what's happening. I would expect Pam to have been texting her, or her texting Pam to say what's happening. So I don't know now if the flight's been cancelled or what the delay is, you know. So still waiting. Pleasant afternoon. Morning, travellers. How are you? Let me just adjust this a bit. It's probably a bit better. I don't want to be shooting into the light. Anyway, a rare trip down into Patong today. There is a reason, I'll tell you that later. But I'm just going to have a little walk down here and then have a couple of pints in the boozer for reasons that I will tell you later. So, here we go. I've got the cheap lens on today, but it's stabilised, and again, I'm too lazy to set up the gimbal. So having paid all that money for it, the videos are still going to be wobbling around like a wobbly thing. But anyway, looking at other people's vlogs, the vast majority of them aren't shot on the walk. Mine tend to be, and I'm not sure that's right, you know. What with the walking and my geriatric shaking hands, I'm not sure it's a good idea. But anyway, I'm going to go down here and we'll see what transpires. How are you anyway? It's been a couple of weeks since I posted anything. I posted that video about poi, was the last one I posted, though that was shot on Christmas Day. So I've not been getting out much. I'm okay. No significant aches and pains, etc., etc. I'm okay, but I don't come down into Patong much anymore. Place is overcrowded. It's full of bloody Russians, and you know, I don't like it too much. So we're heading down here to visit the boozer. I remember this place being worked on before the tourists came back. Turned into quite a nice place, actually. But you know, I love sitting in bars, but I can't do it too much anymore. So I have to limit the numbers. You know, I'd come down here every day and just sit in a bar and avoid the Russians. You don't get many of them in there. But I just can't. I can't consume the alcohol anymore. So it's a bit of a lonely existence, really. We'll come to that in a little while when I'm settled down. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Oh well. Cheers. Focus on that, I guess. So, I've already asked you how you are. Just let me have a sip of this. So why am I doing this then? Well, Noe is coming back home tomorrow. So after, she's only been away for about 9 months this time, I think. 9 or 10. It's going to be for me anyway, with my like INFJ leanings, miserable old bastard leanings, it's going to be a bit of a strange upheaval from tomorrow on when she comes back. 2 type A personalities living in the same house. Not going to go down well. But anyway, she was back for 3 months last time, and we had one major argument, but everyone has arguments, don't they? See, it's different now. Even though we don't live together very much, we do from time to time live together, whereas before I just used to come here on vacation for a couple of weeks and be with her, and everything was just amazing. But now, of course, I've got used to being on my own, and I like it. So I'm one mixed up mother right now. But anyway, we'll get over it. I mean, it's not as though I can't do this while she's here. I can do pretty well whatever I like, but I've got to make time for it because to a large extent I hope I'm gonna act as her chauffeur. I mean, other members of the family could do it, but they'd need to come to my house before they could even give her a lift into Patong or wherever she wants to go. So I'm pretty well going to be contracted to do that. So how I work this in or other things, I really don't know right now. And anyway, I shouldn't be drinking over much anyway, so I'm keeping a careful note of the days I have alcohol and the days I don't. So at the end of the year I'll have a tot up. See, if I manage 300 alcohol-free days a year, that would be pretty good. But anyway, we'll see how we go. I'm just gonna have a beer. I'll be back to you. Well, I've mapped out what lighting I'm going to get for my studio at home, because I'm going to do more stuff from home, more stuff like this actually from home. But I'm not going to buy it until Noe's gone back, because it don't look very good me buying shit while she's there. So, and anyway, if I got to use my credit card or something to buy stuff, I've got to concentrate on her, not me. But really, the first priority is I need a new radio mic, a new wireless mic. This Rode setup I've been really satisfied with, but the receiver battery has gone crook. And though I'm using it now, and knock on wood, it'll last today for as long as I need it to. If I take it home and if I switch it off, take it home obviously, if I tried to start it up again in the morning, chances are the battery would be dead. It's not kind of holding its charge, or there's something in there discharging it. If I had my full set of tools from back home, I'd buy a new battery for it, but changing the battery for one of these things is akin to putting a new battery in an iPhone. You've got to get behind the glass screen on the front and whatever. So I found another make, a 2-channel radio mic, wireless mic, which is supposedly better than the Rode. And so I'll go into that at a later time, but I think that's got to be my first priority, so that's what I'll buy. I'll tell you one thing, I'm all done up like a dog's dinner here today. You can't see, but I'm wearing really good quality shorts and a nice shirt and everything. It makes all the difference. Um, Massage girls out there are not so prone to accost me, nor are some of the other vendors as well. I think they recognise the fact that I'm not a tourist. You mustn't look like a bloody tourist. Usually I do, of course, because I'm walking around with a camera or something like this. You know, got to be a tourist, doesn't he? But yeah, people see you the way you dress, obviously. I'm wearing all this because I'm practicing for tomorrow when I go to the airport to meet Noe. I better be done up like a dog's dinner there. Which reminds me, I better go and go to the market tomorrow morning and see if I can buy some flowers or something. Better do that before we go. So yeah, striking times. Oh, by the way, she tells me she's back for a month this time, and I'm saying, if it's true, I'm going, oh, thank God for that. Could be 3 months. What a terrible thing. She's the love of my life, and because she abandoned me and went off to Sweden, it's come to thinking like that. Well, what else should she expect? Anyway, delve into that later. So, not too many people down here today. Not too many people in the pub here, and not too many people out on the street. Maybe I'm sure the peak hasn't passed. We're still in peak tourist season. When does it peter out again? November-ish, I think. Should go down, pardon me, down into low season, but the tourist board of Thailand say they're banking on having a whole year of peak tourism this year. Anyway, we'll see how that pans out. We're currently waiting with bated breath for the next influx, which is the expected flood of Chinese tourists, which will battle with the Russian tourists that are currently dodging the draft here. So I'm not sure Chinese tourism cures their ills, because they all arrive on the same aeroplane, they all catch the same bus from the airport, they all stay in the same hotel, they go out on organised tours every day, all in the same bus. Not sure that many of them actually spend time on the beach or whatever. They certainly don't go to bars and local restaurants, etc., like us old-fashioned tourists do. They eat at their own hotel usually, and spend a lot of time going to high-end luxury shops like, well, the shopping malls for sure, even though there's really only one open at the moment, which is out in Katu, my way. But also the King Power duty free. They go on organised bus trips to there. So whatever money they spend here doesn't filter down to the normal poor people, the way that my money would if I was on holiday here, because I'd be drinking in bars like this, employ local people. I'd be eating in normal low-end restaurants and street food. I'd be eating street food and whatever, and that peters down to the normal people. But Chinese, no. But Thailand loves the thought of them. They call them high-end tourists, like they're all rich, unlike us bastards that they call low-grade tourists or something like that, I think. Anyway, we'll see. Last time they all came here in droves, they brought COVID with them, so let's see what they bring this time. I don't think it's going to be a lot of money for the poor, let's put it that way. I'm actually thinking of getting a GoPro, a modern one, like a 10 black or an 11 black. They're a hell of a lot better than the one I've got, which is an old number 4. They've got a really good stabilization system in them, and it would be useful for me to be able to do some riding videos at the very least. And I could use the new wireless mic system that I'm going to buy to record audio as I'm riding along, as opposed to using the on-camera microphone, which is rubbish, or sticking a microphone, a wired microphone up on your helmet, on my helmet somewhere, which also could never counter the wind noise. So yeah, I'm thinking of investing in one of those, and also the evidently the modern GoPros are water resistant now, to quite a reasonable level, so they don't need the waterproof box that my number 4 does, which also completely negates the internal mic. Anyway, that's a possibility. At one point I was considering buying a drone as well and doing a similar kind of thing for that, but no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. It's too much faffing around with a drone, and you upset too many people with them, myself included. I don't like someone flying over me with a bloody drone. It just gets on my tits. So I'm not going to do that. But anyway, that's another idea for the future. Replace the wireless mic, GoPro, modern GoPro, and studio lighting. Studio lighting will come first. That's more important. So anyway, let's see what develops. Here's something about friends of friends. I'm very, very cagey about who I allow as a friend on social media. Like 3 or 4 days ago, there was a friend request from a lady, and there was a photograph that came along with it. Looked very attractive lady, but I don't know her. And so why should she be a friend requesting me? Now normally I would just disregard that and delete it. I don't think there are any mutual friends there, but for some reason or other I accepted it. And the next thing you know, she really, really wanted to talk to me on Messenger about all sorts of stuff, and pretty well for the next couple of days, pretty well everything I posted came up with a reply, "Hello," on it, so obviously I instantly shut her off, and I won't be I'll be less likely to fall for that one in the future. You have to be so careful. But friends of friends are very, very dangerous. Here is a shout out to a friend of a friend that I used to have, a Mr. Lee Lindsay. Hello, Lee Lindsay. He got really, really pissed with me because he's from the USA, and he posted something. He posted a very nice photo of his wife having just shot what looked like a bloody male deer. There were a huge head of antlers and everything, looking very pleased with herself. So I'm pretty well against that kind of thing, so I wrote back something quite derogatory, and he went absolutely bloody ballistic. He was firing all sorts of insults and threats at me, you know, calling me a yellow liberal bastard and whatever. So, you know, I just shut him down, and he's still shut down on my social media now. But I'm thinking of opening him up again and start and maybe taunting him a little bit. And I'll certainly put his name on the data that YouTube uses to search for videos. But anyone that hides up a tree and probably sticks some bait down and hides up a tree and shoots to death a beautiful animal is not my kind of person, really. You know, I don't need that kind of thing. I mean, but you know, I'm a Republican by nature. I'm a gun owner, and I support the Second Amendment and whatever, but not to kill, you know, innocent creatures, life forms, just for my own personal enjoyment. That's pretty low, pretty sick. So anyway, Mr. Lee Lindsay, I shall probably be contacting you again to ask if your wife has shot anything recently. Cheers. Well, tonight's going to be a last of for a little while, because tonight's the last time I'm going to be able to watch TV the way I like. Even I noticed that my taste in television is a little bit bizarre, because I can watch a whole evening's worth of a guy fixing scrap generators and making them work again, or someone buying a crap old boat and spending the next 20 years rebuilding it into something beautiful. I mean, that's the kind of television I watch. I hardly ever watch any movies or drama, although the instance of those have gone up slightly because I've signed up to YouTube Premium, which what I get now is ad-free. So if I watch a movie, it's ad-free, and it does increase the enjoyment of it an awful lot, I must admit. But basically, I'm a non-fiction kind of guy, and archaeological digs, a bloke welding up his car, all that shit. And I'll be the first one to say that the television type people watch is hugely crap, but on the other hand, if you like, because it's all really weird, dodgy soap operas and things that aren't real at all, and never could be. So if it's anything like last time, I'll be watching the TV with my headphones on, giving me Bluetooth sound, while Noe will be watching stuff on her iPad. Oh God, I'm so looking forward to this. So looking forward to it. Well, I suppose over the course of this next month I shall be coming into Patong Beach night time, so I may be able to catch some night shots for you. Like you know, I hardly ever come here at night time. Well, I can almost say never. Last time was best part of a year ago. What's the point? So that might be interesting. Let's see what we manage to achieve on that one. And I've got to say that if I continue with this vlogging stuff, I'm more leaning now towards, you know, doing more studio content rather than me just walking around outside as a miserable old bastard. Just do studio content as a miserable old bastard. But at least it's more under my control, and the setup is slightly easier, and I don't have to lug equipment around and whatever. Because one thing I've noticed is that my videos, if I'm walking around outside, the camera is usually pointing towards me and I'm just giving you my opinion, which the vast majority of you won't be interested in at all. I hardly ever turn the camera around and show you interesting things. The other vloggers that live here on the island are, you know, constantly showing you the restaurants, the bars, the good places to go, the pitfalls you might fall into. Well, I don't do any of that stuff, because for all the time I've lived here, because I hardly ever socialise outside, I don't know them myself. So who am I to say this is a good place to go? As far as pitfalls are concerned, just be careful out there. There's always someone that's going to want to take all your money, and I don't think it matters wherever in the world you go, that's going to be the case. So just be careful. Well, I'm going to head out now and go home. So I might tail this video off with a good night from home or whatever. But anyway, looking forward with interest to meeting Noe again tomorrow morning at the airport, and how the next month is going to play out. I'm sure that if it's really bad, you'll be getting some reports from me from this very location on the quiet. Anyway, we'll see. Take care. Bye bye.